I will play scenes from part 1 and explain more. A state of reset can also be like a little burnout. Burnout leads to regression. Let's talk about burnout and regression. Most people think of a burnout as something related to work. How could an autistic person who doesn't work experience a burnout? Well, for autistic people, burnout can have something to do with social expectations or life skills expectations, but without the proper help, assistance, or support to fulfill these expectations. Or, without the proper knowledge on how to teach us, talk to us, reach us, and connect with us from the person trying to help. Or, we can just get burned out of trying to socialize, communicate, cope, fit in, or mask our autistic traits and symptoms, or mask stims and repetitive behaviors. Masking is very difficult and takes a lot on me. I reach a point where I reach a limit on the amount of information that I can take in. Or, reach a limit on the amount of socialization that I can do. Or, reach a limit on the amount of life skills that I can endure. Then, I just can't anymore, and regress. Usually, when anyone tries to teach me something, in terms of life skills, I regress. I don't function under pressure, and if I feel pressured, I regress. So, it's very difficult to teach me something without losing me. I'm not an easy person to teach. Therapies usually do not work with me. My life is full of unpredictable regressions. Regression is one of my greatest ability. I'm very good at regressing and losing acquired skills. This means that, if I do something today, I may not be able to do it tomorrow. Having an iPad and being able to type is great, but it doesn't fix all communication issues. If I can communicate well today, maybe tomorrow I won't have my words, and will be stuck in a silent world. Having an iPad doesn't fix all communication issues. It's not just because I have an iPad that I'd be able to communicate at all times, without any issues. It doesn't work that way. It's important for me that you don't expect communication when it doesn't come. Or, that you don't expect me to communicate well today, just because I did so yesterday. Also, if you don't have proper knowledge on my condition, and you think you have what it takes to help me to be more independent, you could actually accidentally make things a lot worse. Even if you have a disability yourself, and have given lots of advices to other people with disabilities, it doesn't mean that you are in a position of being able to help me. Autism is very different, and very complex. I don't respond to advice, and I don't respond to reasoning, justification, and regular teaching methods. Okay, here's an example. If a normal kid is scared of swimming, you will pick him up and throw him in the water, and encourage him by saying, "You can do it. Move your arms, kick your legs. You can swim." And the kid does it and is no longer scared of water. Well, that's great. But, if you do this with me, my response would be, "What are you doing? Stop, stop, let me go. Leave me alone, I'm never going anywhere near water with you again, for my whole entire life, you'll just drown me and I'll die." So, the response is extreme anger, and full avoidance of you, because now, you are associated with a bad situation. Throwing me in the water, you are categorized in my head as a danger zone, red zone. So, perhaps don't try to help me to be more independent, more confident, more communicative, if you don't know how I process information, and besides, it's not your job to do this. Lots of people that are just trying to help, really have no idea what they are doing, and the trauma they put me through. Especially if these people are trying to help, by denying or not believing that I'm truly severely autistic, level 3. The other thing that irritates me, is that, if I try to explain what level 3 autism is, and I say, with level 3 we need a lot of help, and you respond by saying, I don't think you need a lot of help. Okay, then why are we facing issues then? Why don't I go anywhere except for church? Why don't I talk? Why don't I have a job like everyone else? You see, I'm severely autistic, whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not. I have too many problems that affects communication, language, socialization, independence, life skills, social skills, and so on. If you don't see it, well, that's not my problem, but then don't try to help me to be more independent, because you wouldn't know what you're doing, and it would be better to leave me alone, and let my mom and Andy deal with it. The other thing that I don't like, is if people say, you don't have a disability, autism is not a disability. Actually, autism is a disability, you can even Google it. Autism is considered a disability. It is not a physical disability, but it's a mental disability, or more specifically, it's a developmental disability, meaning, it affects the development, especially the development of the brain, which can affect the development of the body as well, in terms of motor skills, motor planning. And many autistic kids have problems with their feet, or legs, due to too much walking on tiptoes. Autism can also come with seizures for some kids, and feeding issues, to the point of needing a feeding tube, for those kids with severe food avoidance, due to sensory issues. Autism affects language, communication, socialization, independence, and much more. So, don't tell me that I don't have a disability, or that we don't have a disability. It's very insulting, especially for those on the more severe end of the spectrum. Autism affects every aspect of my life, and prevents me from doing so many things. Yes, I have abilities, but don't undermine my disability, or disabling parts of my autism, just because I show amazing intelligence in some aspects of my life. Yes, autism is a disability, it is disabling to live with autism. Now, there's this saying that has been going around in the world, which is, autism is not a disability, it's only a different ability. This saying is extremely insulting. It undermines the challenges that severely autistics go through. It would be better to say, autism is a disability, with amazing abilities. Many autistic kids need to wear braces, on their feet or legs. My braces are on my bones. I had a surgery. Autism can also come with other medical complications, and low muscle tone for some kids. Yes, autism is a disability, and a very complex one. All of this are examples on how lack of knowledge from those trying to help can lead to burnout and regression. Also, sometimes it'd be better for people without proper knowledge to just stay out of it. If you come in the mix with whole new methods, you may be going against values that my parents are trying to give me. That may confuse me,